I totally butchered that, but whatever. Hi, my name is Big Daddy Quinn. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, my fellow traveler. We are here again for another top 10 things to do Amsterdam edition. One of my favorite places I have visited in Europe thus far, Amsterdam. Oh my God, cutest, most charming, most quaint place. If you have not been, or if you're planning to go, good. I'm glad you are, because you have to. So without further ado, we are going to talk about the top 10 things to do in Amsterdam. Number 1, have the iconic fries in a cone. Yeah, so it is exactly what it sounds like, or chips in a cone, as the Brits say. Chips in a cone. It is basically fries in a cone, and you can put any sauce you want on it. And I'm gonna insert a picture here. So good, so delicious. My sisters and I were like, oh, they're just like regular French fries. No, we were addicted to this thing. I don't know what it was, but it was like crack, and we had one every single day. It was just so delicious. I'm also an avid potato lover. Please try one for yourself because it will not disappoint. Next up is go to the Heineken Factory. As you all know, Amsterdam is home to the most famous Heineken beer. I honestly am not the biggest beer fan. I will drink it. It is not my first choice of drink. It just don't like the way how it makes me feel, and the taste is not my favorite either. If you have beer from its home country and its source, then it'll change your mind. And it actually, I don't know if it was just me, but it tasted so much better than American Heineken. Or imported Heineken, as should we say. This tour is really fun. It's interactive. There's a lot to do, lots to see. It was colorful, modern, and it was actually pretty cool. And not to mention free beer samples. Yeah. There was like a fun little social thing at the end where they give you some beer and you get to just hang out and listen to music. It was pretty cool. So I will actually really recommend that one. Another thing is number 3, go to the red light district. You can't not go to New Amsterdam without going to the red light district. Yes, it is insane. I had no idea what the red light district was. Like, I knew it was gonna be some crazy district, but I didn't really fully understand what it was and why it was such a thing. Until I went myself. If you are underage, I probably would skip this one. If you're curious and you are over 18, then please go. It's very different. You're basically window shopping, literally, for women. Beautiful women. It's also very busy, surprisingly, probably because there's nowhere else like it in the world. So next is go out to the clubs and the bars. Go out to party. It is Amsterdam. They are known to party late. And that is so true. I had so much fun. I think we were just a few blocks away from the red light district. There were some places you could party, clubs and bars. So we were gonna go bar hopping, but we ended up having so much fun where we were at originally. And we stayed there the whole time and it was litty. We got it going. Okay, next, number 5, visit the Anne Frank house. I know this one's a really sad one and a lot of people that I know wouldn't go because of how sad it is, but it's very informational and it's very good teacher to show people what it was like in the times of the World War. Talking about Nazi Germany, thinking about how those soldiers actually were marching down those very streets in that city is just so mind-blowing to me. And the story of this girl and her family just being there is just an awe moment of wow. You really feel like you're being transported back in time, and it is extremely sad. You also think about what these people, not just the Frank family, but everyone around them had to go through, and definitely a lot of people should know about this, and it should not ever be forgotten, but I recommend. One of the highlights of my trip. Okay, so moving on, we are going to talk about the Canal Tour. So they have these little boats. You can take a little boat ride into the canal. So if you go to Amsterdam, you have these cute buildings, and basically in the middle of every single street is a canal. And you get to ride a canal through the whole entire city basically. And they talk about the history. You get to just see it and everything in under an hour. Pretty cool. I recommend it. Unfortunately, the time I went was approaching, it was like fall going into winter. So one, it was extremely cold, and two, it was raining. So I don't recommend going during the rainy season because it kind of took away from the tour because they had to cover our boat due to the rain to protect us, which is fine. But I can only imagine how wonderful this tour would have been if we didn't have to have that rain cover. Okay, so next is just walk around town. That's what we did. We did just so much exploring and so much walking around. There's just so much to see. You will always find and run into something to do while you're walking around. Everything is really accessible and easy to go from one point to the next. Okay, so number 8, they have a wonderful shopping area. And where we stayed, we actually stayed in a hostel while we were here, and it was right near all the shopping strips and strips and strips of so many different stores. I just wanted to go absolutely nuts. So I didn't have enough room in my suitcase, which we actually ended up buying a whole new suitcase so we could do some shopping. So plan for that ahead of time. So bring extra money for that if you like me, like to shop. And one of the shopping areas that I went to was called, I don't know, I'm probably gonna butcher this, but Kalverstraat. So Kalverstraat, I recommend. Okay, so number 9 is, I didn't know this, but I guess Amsterdam is known for their bicycles. It is literally bike city. Thousands upon thousands of bicycles everywhere. They had like a whole bicycle section that was just filled with bikes, because I guess that's like a known thing. So if you do go to Amsterdam, you gotta try out the bikes because you're in Amsterdam, you're in bike city. And it's a really, really nice and relaxing way to explore the town. Number 10, very last one, is take a historical walking tour. I know there's a lot of walking. Europe is just filled with walking and tours. That's the best way to go. It's just pure history upon history. And there's just so much to be learned and to be seen. I've learned some really cool facts that were so interesting by taking these walking tours. You can just Google walking tours and there are so many options that you can choose from, whatever tickles your fancy. So that is about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get to go to Amsterdam because you will not be disappointed. It is absolutely the most charming place I've ever been, and I actually would live there. And I don't say that about a lot of places, but I would definitely live there. Well, that is all for today. Big Daddy